Welcome back, everyone. If you're new to the channel, on this channel I share about my farming journey. So on this side, it's where I was selling my sweet corn. It's where I had those sweet corns which I was selling. So I'm giving updates on sweet corn. So what I did was that because I was new with sweet corn, I planted this side, and then by the time I was done with this side, I then followed with that side. So I did, it was like 2 months apart. So the reason was that because I'm new with sweet corn, I don't know if I will be able to sell my sweet corn so fast. So what I then found out was that sweet corn don't really sell, and especially with the season which I did. So my sweet corn was really selling to the point where I then I ran out of sweet corn, and then I stopped with this side. Then after 3 weeks time, actually close to 3 weeks, 2 weeks, I was then starting to sell sweet corn on this field, on this side, which I'm showing you. So what I've learned is that people do buy sweet corn, especially on the season where they're not expecting someone to be having sweet corn. So I really did money with sweet corn, and I would really advise anyone who wanna try sweet corn to try it. So the challenge about um birds which I was encountering, I then realized that birds will always eat my sweet corn, and I couldn't save them. So what I did then was then I stopped removing the cobs, because by the time I would see that birds are eating my maize, I would remove the one which they've started to eat. So that was the mistake which I did. Then I then saw that no, man, when these birds start to eat my corn, they like, let's say they started to eat this part early in the morning. Later on, they will come and eat and eat and eat and eat up until the sweet corn. I don't have sweet corn, so just like this. So then they move to another corn. So the mistake which I was making was that I was removing. I would remove and go and cook and eat. So with that, they would move to another one. So I left all these ones, the ones which you are seeing here. Those are the ones which the birds were eating. So the other thing which really worked on my favor was that I started to sell my sweet corn when my sweet corn was not really ready. So when my sweet corn was then forming, it's where I was like selling. So people would come and buy those ones which are ready. Let's say um in 4 weeks, 4 days time, only four were ready. Then I would go and sell the ones which are ready. You see, and then in 2 3 days, the other ones are getting ready. I was only selling those which were ready. So if you could see now, the ones which I have now, the ones which are standing, these are the ones which were behind, because they can't just be ready at the same time. You see, even with these ones, these are just, yeah, these ones, they're still fresh, and I don't even think there's it even started to form. So what I then realized was that they don't really form corn in a very, like, in a time where I can't harvest one field like just in once. So they take time. So that's why you could see that there are some which are still standing, but there are even those ones which are even affected by those birds. The birds were really chowing my animal. So yeah, so far I think sweet corn have money. With what I could say is that, like, and when people are coming to buy sweet corn, it seems like sweet corn is cheap, but you can make money with sweet corn because I was selling one 6 rand one. So people would come and buy maybe 10 for their family and kids. So that's why I saw that, oh, so sweet corn have money. I was chasing money with veggies, cabbages, but overall I think sweet corn is the one which have money. Money. Because like when clients come, they want bulk. They always want bulk. And if I could estimate the money which I make with veggies in a week, in a day, sweet corn I was making a lot of money than the one which I could make with the one which I could make with veggies. Because veggies, yes, people buy veggies, but they don't really buy bulk like sweet corn. That's where I say, oh, okay, this one, yeah, there's money. So next time I'm gonna try it again. I will also be posting like how I posted this time. I'll give updates. It's just that like with sweet corn, there's no much of a content with sweet corn because I was just irrigating them. Didn't really encounter like pest. With pests I just sprayed once. Like the moment where they're still growing is where pests were really affecting, but after that there's no pests. Like sweet corn are so easy to grow, but like the other thing which I can say they really worked on my favor was the part where I was applying fertilizer. I really did apply fertilizer on my corn. I applied a lot of fertilizer. So far I'm no more selling. The ones which are still standing are the ones which were being eaten by birds, and the other ones they're not ready. And then few I will give away to those customers who were, by the time I stopped selling, were even placing orders. So I failed to supply. So far I think everything went well. Even though this sweet corn really took time, like they really took time. So but like now I can say, yeah, I would advise anyone who's into farming to try sweet corn. But when you're doing it as a first thing, I would advise you even to do small portion, or maybe do it like how I did. I planted this field and then this one a month apart. But like the thing which really even contributed onto that was that I got sick for like weeks. Then I was no more in the field. I was no more working. So my advice would be sweet corn have money. You can do sweet corn. I was selling to my local community people, and then there's a hospital nearby, and they now even still I have outstanding orders which I failed to give to give that to them. There's a nearby hospital. That hospital they were really supporting me because like I would supply them with sweet corn every day, and if you have quality, someone will buy. A colleague will buy today. Someone will buy today, and then a colleague will get the result from the person, and the person will want the sweet corn. So it was just working like that. So my customer was then based on word of mouth. So they would refer, like every day I was receiving order and order and order, then up until I failed to supply. So far I think anyone can try sweet corn. My advice would be invest on fertilizer, irrigate them, and the moment where they're starting to fill the crops, irrigate them. You shouldn't let the soil to dry. The soil should always be wet, like moisture, but not waterlogged. You see, that's where you will see that, yeah, seed can have money. And you should also invest on quality seeds. Invest on that because what you are selling. If you are selling to your local community, they want quality. They want quality. people really want quality. So with that, I could say, yeah, I'm done with sweet corn up until next year, and the next year I'm going big. Next year I'm planning to plant sweet corn like in all my fields. This one and this one and this one where I have cabbages, and that one where I also have cabbages. So I'm going big. I rather fail trying, but like with what I've just saw, I don't think I could fail with sweet corn, because I didn't even sell my sweet corn to my street vendors. And those people, I think those ones, they were really gonna support me. But the only challenge with those people selling at the street, they love negotiating the price. Like they love negotiating. So I didn't want to be in a position where they will be negotiating the price. You see, so that's why I made sure that I would only be selling to people who are just coming to consume, who are buying to consume at home, because those ones who are selling, they also have to make profit. So thanks for watching. Yeah, this is the end of me talking about sweet corn up until I prepare the land for the next season. So I will be posting every time, every week. Even though I was lacking to be posting consistency now, it was even because I was so busy with sweet corn. People would make orders, and then cabbages on this side. Ish. And then cabbages now, they are a very big headache to me. Um, People really have cabbages. People from around are having cabbages. I'm failing to sell them, and I started with selling that part, and even with that part, people are buying, but it's slow. So I would take a buggy and then drive around selling cabbages. So that's why I was not really consistent with posting content on YouTube. But these days I will be consistent. I've learned my lesson. Make sure that I take content, even though when I was selling I was not taking content. I was just so under pressure because yes, I was having sweet corn, and I was so afraid that maybe there will be monkeys who will come and try and feed on my sweet corn. So far everything is looking good. And thanks for watching this far.